Hi YouTube. So today I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna do my servicing for this Mitsubishi electric starmex. This is the model. Yeah. So I do this service for the aircon that I use quite a bit, twice a year. I live in Singapore, where the humidity is about 80% at about 29 to 30 degrees. So mold is rampant here. So I'll be sharing this how to comprehensively clean your aircon, right? So I find over the years I find that this is the easiest way that I do it with very little tools. So soon I'm gonna link up the photos of what are the items needed to do this very simple servicing, right? So time taken, I will give it about per air condition, give it about 2 hours, I guess, right? And as time goes by, you're gonna get much faster. Also, you do not require the whole big bags or a lot of setup, perhaps just a ladder. So let's get on to it. So you need a pipe brush, a fine tip toothbrush, a long screwdriver with a fine, what do they call it, Phillip, and dishwashing liquid. As long as one of these pumping sprayer, maybe some rags and a ladder. Alright, so first and foremost, you're gonna have two clips here, right? So you just plug it out, right? Unscrew that with the screwdriver. Then you have these vanes, unplug, and just pull it out. So next up, alright, so basically I use one of these filter papers. You can see this was in June. I feel it keeps the mold level down as well as it filters the air a little bit. I have an air purifier at the side, but still there is quite a bit of dust. But I feel by doing this, the dust do not get stuck inside of my fins, right? So I'll shine the light later on, show you how clean it is. So next up, yeah, of course, is to remove this, right? Put it aside. This thing to unplug, you just push it upwards. Up. Oh god. Upwards. So I wanted to show you earlier on. So this is a silver paper that I bought from Daiso. It's not easy to find nowadays, right? So this has been about 6 months. I use this icon almost every night. So just cut it to size. Give it a nice staple blades. Staple them at the sides to keep them in place. Yep. And let's check out how clean the fins are. Generally quite decent. I think this is the cleanest it has ever been. A little bit of dust on the side. Mold very little. I'm very happy with the performance of this filter paper. There are cheaper ones, but of course they don't work as well. Okay, so next up, of course, you just remove this. You just have to, like I mentioned earlier on, plug it out, use a screwdriver and take it out. And there should be, I believe, nothing should be holding. So this is where people get a little bit scared. There's a lot of clips in this thing, so basically you just have to manhandle it, right? Alright, let's open this. Just pull it apart, just wiggle it out. Grab the side here, oops. Right, grab the side, wiggle it out, and something just comes off beautifully. Okay, so next up is to take up the, I think it's called the blower, right? This spinning thing on the inside. Alright, so the trick to do that, let's get it. Okay, so you can see this rightmost fins. Just screw it. There's the weight. You'll find one with a big space here. Can you see it? So there's a like big space here, and on the inside, can you see there is this screw? Alright, can you see the screw there? Just unscrew that, and take note of it doesn't have to be too tight, but take note that when you install it back later, just make sure that you have to align it so the male portion is not supposed to stick out of that metal thing. So take out this tiny little screw, not too tight, remember, and yeah, don't lose the screw, please. Here you go. So a very long screwdriver helps. Make sure your head is not too thick. Next up, to pull this thing apart, what you need is to remove the 3 screws on the side here, right? This gets a little bit tacky. Don't drop these screws, right? You can get stuck somewhere. It gets really irritating after that. Right, so you can see I've removed the 3 screws, right? So you see it just sits here, the blower. So okay, to remove the blower wheel, right, you can see you can just pull it apart like that, dangle it, and the blower just comes out. Let me get a good grip. Just pull the blower out like that. Just pull it out, right? Don't lose the cap. Okay, next up, you're gonna bring this to the toilet, all of these parts, and you're gonna give it a good wash with a good pressure on the shower head. So this unit can actually be removed like this. Alright, so you can wash the media separately. Just make sure when you wash this thing, you wash it from inside out, because that's how it's getting filtered. You see there's some dust on the side. Just give it a good scrub, and generally dishwashing liquid works very well for this. Like I mentioned, you can use your dishwashing liquid, right? And you can use a toothbrush, but I got a bigger brush here. So let's scrub on the inside and outside, because sometimes mold generally gets stuck. You will need some physical brushing to get it off. So just give it a nice good scrub, both on the interior and exterior for all of these parts. Make sure be careful of this blue color thing. They're a little bit sensitive, so you might want to use a fine tip toothbrush for that. Alright, so let's get this going. So everything's been scrubbed nice and dandy. So like I said, I used a fine tip toothbrush on the sensitive items. Yep, so I'm gonna just leave it here to drip dry, and after a while I will probably put this below the fan, because this takes longer to dry. Next up, we're gonna work on the blower wheel, right? And well, some people find it really very troublesome to be scrubbing this wheel one by one. So what I'm going to show you today will be an example of what happens when you actually brush the blower wheel and what happens if you don't. So now I'm going to wash it with a fairly strong shower head, right? And let's have a look. As you can see, the water runs very dry. Right, I mean very clean. As it is, as you saw my video, the blower wheel wasn't very dirty to start with, right, because of the filter paper hack. So I want to show you, well, it looks super clean. I think most people won't probably find this, you know, really clean. So I'm gonna scrub it, and I'm gonna show you why I insist on spending like 15 or 20 minutes scrubbing every single vent. Alright, so how do we get this scrubbing going? Alright, so just some soap, you know, like I said, I recommend dishwashing fluid. Just, oh my god, it's so hot. Okay, so basically just get it saturated with the soap. Alright, and then use this bottle brush, and you just, it's called a pipe brush or a bottle brush, and you just go through every single one of these vents. Alright, so stay along, I'll do halfway and then I'll rinse it off. Alright, so I scrubbed four vents, four portions, almost half of the thing. I think it took about 5 minutes. So you can see it on the side, there's some dirt, some gunk. So remember, this was really clean when we sprayed it the first round. So let's see how much gunk comes out now after scrubbing it. Can you see that, guys? So, yeah. Right, so I let you decide if you're gonna take the extra effort to scrub this thing out, but I certainly will. I mean, if you see how clean the unit was, I think perhaps in the future I'll do it once a year. So if you're gonna put in some elbow grease, I mean extra 20 minutes for the whole year of breathing in nice air, because it's like if you don't scrub these things off, the mold is gonna go back really fast. I think you will understand if you ever clean toilets. That's yeah, mold needs to be scrubbed unless you're really gonna use strong harsh chemicals, which I'm not gonna use, because end of the day you're gonna breathe these chemicals in when the aircon is on at night in an enclosed area. This will be the rinsing of the second half. Right, so let's see. Yep, can you see the dark dirt coming out? Yeah. Nasty. Right, so yeah, I am a little bit tired now. I think this took me about 15 minutes of scrubbing. It's not, yeah, I'm sure there's easier ways, but you know, I saw they sell some brushes online, and maybe some chemical or pressure washer. I'm not sure, but this works with a very cheap tool, and I'm almost certain of the cleanliness of it. Next up, we're gonna take one of these soap sprayers, and what you're gonna do, you're gonna spray on the fins of the aircon. So there are 4 sides to scrub. So there's the outside, there's the back here, right? Then you open this vent here, and on the inside you gotta scrub this as well. So what the trick is, you use one of these sprayers, the volume of spray is actually not much, so it ends up getting caught into the drainage system and it goes down, and it will not drip onto anywhere. That's why you don't need the bag, and it's, you know, you don't need to keep all the bags. Remember, you can take a wet tissue, wipe all these parts down where the vents are. Yep, so take a fine tip like a 0.1 or 0.2 mm toothbrush and scrub every single one of these vents, right? And when you're done, rinse it with water and install everything back as they were. Right, so I'm gonna show you how I scrub the fins, right? So fine tip toothbrush, right? You can scroll just downward slowly, right? Every single fin. So from the top, I believe you can just go to the top, right? Upwards here. And on the back part, it can be a little bit hard, but it's similar to how you brush your teeth. Just do it this way, right? And then on the inside, just try your best, stick your finger in, stick your hand in, and yeah, just scrub it downwards here, as well as the on the forward facing side. And yeah, just take your time and do it for the whole unit. I know it might sound a little intimidating brushing the rear side of the unit, but I got a good angle here. Let me show you. So this is the back of the unit. It's actually easier than it looks. So just go in and get your scrubbing on. You know, that's easy. Okay, next there's something quite interesting that I just figured out doing this servicing, is that you could lift this coil up, alright, and then give you some space to clean these channels here. Right, one at the back here, give it a good scrub, and the front, you can realize that there'll be some jelly coming out. So next up, you make sure it's mounted, the fins, I don't know what is it called, the unit is mounted into the drains. And I get another, you can use the same sprayer, but basically it's just plain water here to give the soap a good rinse. So you gotta spray, alright, but make sure that it doesn't overflow, and it will just go into your aircon trunking, right? And it's just to remove the residual soap on it. So yeah, you don't even need a bag because it all the volume of water that's coming out is not too fast, so it gets drained by the drain. Can you see how freaking clean this is? Can you see how clean the fins are after scrubbing? Let me get a light on. With the light on, can you see how clean the fins are? Right? With soap water and some scrubbing. Fantastic. Alright, so last but not least of the cleaning process is something that's, I don't know, I probably have a bad name. I'm gonna use hot water, not boiling, yeah. Hot water to pour into the pipe. So you see there's a pipe here. Actually there's a way to dislodge the whole unit, but I wanna keep it simple. I don't spend too much time dismantling stuff. So you see there's a reservoir here. You just pour it in slowly. Right, and on top of this, your aircon should always be, the fan should always be number 3. Never use number 2. The worst you could do is use a low temperature, like 18 degrees with the bar of the fan. There's 4 bars. You probably use 1. That's very bad. It will clog up, cause jellying and clog up. So this pipe should be vacuumed either probably from the outlet, which is probably in your toilet. But because mine is concealed, what I'll probably do is I'm gonna pour hot water, not boiling, hot water into this. And after I clean units of all 3 rooms, I'm gonna use a blower to blow it down. Alright, so pouring in the hot water and everything's clean. So the next part that's gonna be intimidating will be installing this blower back. So similarly, like how we have took it out, so we're gonna pry up from the side, slot it in. Just remember there will be a male thread over there. Push it in, and there will be a slot on the slide here where this rubber sits. Right, so I'm not sure I can do it in one hand. I'm gonna give it a try. So just okay, right. This thing goes up. Right, you slot that bad boy in. Careful not to hit the coil. You're very sensitive. Go in, you know, if you have to guide it on the other hand, go ahead. Alright, it's probably very hard to get it in. And then you just slot it over here. Alright. Right, so next I got it in. Right, and what's the next step? Is, see, when you install back the unit here, right, good look. So this thing, it can, there's a bit of play where you can push it inwards and outwards. You see there's a bit of play that you can I don't know if you can see this, but basically can move like left and right. So if you were to look at the nipple here, right, there should be nothing that should be coming out. Right, so this, you see, okay, can you see the male coming out? Yeah, it should be totally covered, and then you're good. Just tighten the screw up, finger tight, please. Many people strip the threads, so you don't want to do that. What happens if you install this part wrongly? It's gonna make funny noises like ga 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 ga. Yeah, so you don't know that. So make sure you can see the male portion. Finger tight, baby. If you're wondering how this part sits, this is how it sits. Yeah, spin it. Make sure there's no weird sound. Right, sounds great. And yeah, just push it in. Alright, so first, after which you gotta install the 3 screws here. Remember that you took out 1 at the top, 2 and 3. And you grab this big bad boy, right? This part can be a little bit tricky. Right, so basically it's just some clips that you have to go in. No special trick to it. Just, you know, work on one side, go all around. Maybe I'll start from the top. Right, show you on the line. Have to hit it a little bit. Left and right first. You know, you can see if there's spacers like here. Yeah, then you gotta work on it. Some taps here and there. Here you can see. they're not overlapping right, so I'm gonna rework that. Should be on the inside. Right, this should be inside. Then you hit. Right, so here it's good. Yep, it's all good. There's no screws to this, yo. So last but not least will be this vent. So as long as the vent is not on, this light will continue blinking. So just follow the instructions here. Insert this end first, right? It's on the right. And then there will be this clip here that you lock on, followed by the last one here. And the next one I'm going to work on the filter. I'm going to dry it out a little and install the filter paper. I'm going to get the secret. So this has sold a day, so right, silver ion air conditioner filter. So you got to put it on the exterior here and fold it and stapler it with a normal staple bullet. I believe it keeps the unit much cleaner. Alright, so there you have it. About 1.5 hours to completely clean the unit. Yeah, and I'm very happy with the result I get. You know, Les, I think maybe it would be good if you can suck out, get a wet and dry blower and suck out the pipe from the outlet. Maybe that's in your toilet. I want to make a video on using a water bottle, cutting a hole and using a normal vacuum to suck it out, but I'm pretty tired, to be honest. So yeah, I'm very happy with the result. So I hope this helps someone out there. Yeah.